Something's wrong with the moon dial here. Some of the crests are missing and the dial is askew. I didn't even know the crests could be removed. Maybe my mother's trying to tell us something. I'm telling you, there's something strange with the moon dial. I'm telling you, there's something strange with the moon dial. Well, as far as I'm aware, it's the only one in existence. The previous owners of the castle had a sundial in the courtyard, and obviously that didn't appeal to my mother. She persuaded an elven artisan to make some improvements. You can see the plates that show the phases of the moons, Maser and Secunda. That's the thing. What's the point of a moon dial? I always wondered why she didn't just have the whole thing ripped out. But she loved it. I don't know. I guess it's like having a piece of art, if you're into that sort of thing. Hard to say. Maybe if we found the missing crests, we could figure it out. If I had to guess, I'd say the moment Mother fled the castle, Father went on a rampage. Knowing him, anything at all that reminded him of her was just destroyed. It appears that way. I suppose he wanted to put the past behind him. Perhaps if he had spent more time with us, he would have recognized the beauty for himself. Look around for the missing crests. Even in this mess, they should stick out. If we had the crests, we wouldn't have to keep hanging around this lovely place. I'm sorry, what? What does that have to do with what we're doing right now? And it has to be about my suitors, specifically? Fine. To answer your question, yes. This is probably where our respective parents would set us loose after my mother interviewed his. But to tell you the truth, I barely remember what happened then. I was still a human, so imagine how long ago that was. All I can recall is how embarrassed I walked out of those meetings. And not in a good way. I really hated being left alone with complete strangers. I never had anyone to talk to, except for my family and the castle staff, so I felt anxiety whenever a stranger approached me. And it didn't help to hear them talk about marriage and all that stuff. I didn't know how to defend myself, so I just waited for it to be over. The one thing I can recall clearly is how my mother scolded me after those meetings, telling me how to behave when in the presence of a suitor. Funnily enough, I learned how to scare them off by doing the exact opposite of what she said. That sort of helped me get over my anxiety. It was fun. Huh. Yeah, I do remember about it more than I thought. Okay, that's enough about me. What's your love story? I see. But do you want to, find someone? I try not to think about it. But I hope you find someone. I'm sure you'll make a good partner. Me too. I never thought I'd be willing to talk about stuff like this with someone. Anyway, this is all very touching, but don't we have some more important things to worry about right now? Very clever, Mother. Very clever. I've never been in those tunnels before, but I'd bet they'd run right under the courtyard and into the tower ruins. Well, at least we're getting closer. Let's go. never even seen this part of the castle before. Be careful. I don't know what might be around. So far, this hasn't been too bad. I'd always just assumed that the other tower was completely destroyed inside. My mother kept this a secret, even from me. She must have been up to something she thought was dangerous. I'm right behind you. Show yourself! There you are. I knew I heard something. reached the top yet. I bet there's some kind of secret passage around here. Leave it to my mother. I'm smarter than I gave her credit for. Look at this place. This has to be it. I knew she was deep into necromancy. I mean, she taught me everything I know. But I had no idea she had a setup like this. Look at all this. She must have spent years collecting these components. And what's this thing? I'm not sure about this circle, but it's obviously something. Let's take a look around. There has to be something here that tells us where she's gone. Let's take a look around. There has to be something here that tells us where she's gone. Let's take a look around. My mother was meticulous about her research. If we can find her notes, there might be some hints in there. I remember she used to keep a small journal. See if you can dig it up. Keep searching for her notes. She probably had a journal or something. Keep searching for her notes. She probably had a journal or something. Look at this place. This has to be it. I knew she was deep into necromancy. I mean, she taught me everything I know. But I had no idea she had a setup like this. Look at all this. She must have spent years collecting these components. And what's this thing? I'm not sure about this circle, but it's obviously something. Let's take a look around. There has to be something here that tells us where she's gone. My mother was meticulous about her research. If we can find her notes, there might be some hints in there. Not that I ever saw. My mother had a bit of a thing for magical constructs. Not what you're thinking. She just found them fascinating. I had no idea her laboratory even existed. She had an alchemy set up in her drawing room, but nothing that even comes close to what's here. Looking at the equipment and materials, it looks like she was trying to advance her necromancy. I don't know. Certainly not longevity. Kind of a waste of time for a vampire. I remember she used to keep a small journal. See if you can dig it up. Keep searching for her notes. She probably had a journal or something. Any luck yet? Are you sure that's something you want? This isn't like picking out a new outfit. You'll be a creature of the night, like me. You did? Let me see them. I only know what she told me. She had a theory about soul gems, that the souls inside of them don't just vanish when they're used. They end up in the Soul Cairn. The Soul Cairn is home to very powerful beings. Necromancers send them souls and receive powers of their own in return. My mother spent a lot of time trying to contact them directly, to travel to the Soul Cairn itself. That circle in the center of the room is definitely some type of portal. If I'm reading this right, there's a formula here that should give us safe passage into the Soul Cairn. A handful of soul gem shards, some finely ground bone meal, a good bit of purified void salts. Oh, damn it. We're also going to need a sample of her blood, which, if we could get that, we wouldn't even be trying to do this in the first place. Not bad. We'd better hope that's good enough. Mistakes with these kind of portals can be gruesome. Anyway, enough of that. Let's get started. Oh, good. Well then, let's head over to the portal vessel and I'll do the rest. Then the rest is up to me. Are you ready to go? I'm not entirely sure what this thing is going to do when I add my blood. Then the rest is up to me. Are you ready to go? I'm not entirely sure what this thing is going to do when I add my blood. Of course. What is it? I've been asking myself the same thing since we came back to the castle. She was so sure of what we did to my father. I couldn't help but go along with her. I never thought of the cost. Neither do I. She always seemed happy before we heard the prophecy. Then it all changed. She became a different person. They both did. Yes, you're right. I'm sorry. I just didn't expect anyone to care how I felt about her. Thank you. Are we ready then? All right, here goes. By the blood of my ancestors. Created a portal to Soul Cairn. Incredible. Incredible. Simply incredible. The Soul Cairn is a tiny sliver of oblivion, the realm of the Daedra. It's ruled by unseen beings known as the Ideal Masters. Honestly, I don't know. Necromancers are always interested in souls, though, so that probably has some kind of interest. Nobody really knows. As far as I've heard, no one's seen them and returned to Tamriel to tell about it. I've read stories. Stories about fools that manage to communicate with them. You give the Ideal Masters souls, they give you powers to summon the undead. It's all very businesslike. Because most of the stories end with the Ideal Masters duping the necromancers, who end up dead or wishing they were dead. I'm ready when you are. Are you alright? That looked painful. Now that I think about it, I should have expected that. Sorry. It's hard to describe. The Soul Cairn is... well, hungry, for lack of a better word. It's trying to take your life essence as payment. There might be, but I don't think you're going to like it. Vampires aren't counted among the living. I could probably go through there without a problem. Not your first choice, I'd guess? Maybe. We could just pay the toll another way. It wants a soul, so we give it a soul. Yours. My mother taught me a trick or two. I could partially soul trap you and offer that gem to the Ideal Masters. It might be enough to satisfy them. It would make you a bit weaker when we travel through the Soul Cairn, but we might be able to fix that once we're inside. Maybe. I'm sorry. I wish I knew a better way, something that would be easier for you. Just know that whatever path you choose, I won't think any less of you. Sometimes things just have to be done. I know that better than anybody. I'm wondering what my mother got up to here. She definitely wasn't trying to keep the place clean. I'm ready to go when you are. Oh, what is it? Are you sure? I'm willing to turn you, but you need to think it through. You've become the very thing you've sworn to destroy. I don't know how the Dawn Guard will react. Turning someone is a very... personal thing for vampires. It's intimate. For us. I don't want you to feel like I'm forcing you into this. Let's not waste too much time then. I promise to try and make this as painless as possible. Hold still. Right behind you. I'm ready if you are. how are you holding up? So, how are you holding up? Well, the reason we can pass through that portal is because we vampires no longer count among the living. However, as far as I'm concerned, you only turned into one recently, so I just wanted to be sure if you were okay. Yeah, I guess I was needlessly worried. Had you crossed as a mortal? You probably don't want to know. Yes, I guess it is. Now that we're on the subject, there's something I wanted to ask you about. How did it feel to lose your mortality? I don't remember anymore, so I was hoping you could share your experience with me. Really? I thought the difference would be abysmal. I guess I've been thinking about it too much, but there's no reason to look back. It's not easy to explain. When my family decided to do the ritual, I didn't feel like I had a choice. I felt a lot of pressure in the days leading up to that moment. Don't get me wrong. I don't regret becoming a vampire, but the transformation left a lasting mark on me. I remember I struggled a lot with this change for decades, so I know how difficult it must have been for you. But, to be honest, I'm glad you chose to join us. You're the only one in the castle that is actually fun to talk to. No, thank you for talking to me about it. Come on, let's get going. I feel terrible for the dead who end up here for eternity. Seems awful, like they're still suffering. I can't imagine living here, or being dead here, or whatever they call it. Just what my mother told me. I've also studied a little bit on my own, but there's not much. When something is trapped in a soul gem, and then the energy is used for powering an enchantment, the remnants are sent here. Well, I think it's specifically the black ones. I don't know if the Soul Cairn takes just any leftovers. Look at this place. Do you think anything would want to live here? The only things that can survive here are the Ideal Masters, the undead, and the souls themselves. Well, if you want to call that living. No, but there's no way she would have left it in Tamriel. She wanted to get it as far away from my father as possible. I can't imagine a better place. Then we find out where she hid it, if she's still alive. Well, as alive as she was before. Or is now, or... you know what I mean. Probably to avoid whatever my father would do to her if he could get his hands on her. Or maybe her plan was to come back, but she was stuck here. We won't know until we find her. Let's keep moving. I feel like we're being watched. I feel terrible for the dead who end up here for eternity. Seems awful, like they're still suffering.
You must help me find my Arvak. He doesn't deserve to be in a place like this. Arvak, my horse. We came to this horrible place together. We were attacked by monsters, so I told him to run. Please, he's such a loyal creature, and he's been running for so long. You have to save him. A place like this will change you. Arvak! Arvak! Where are you? Arvak, please come back! Come back! You saved him! His soul is free, I can feel it! He's such a loyal beast. Here, I'll teach you how to call him to you. He'll help you get around this wretched place. But I'm sure he'd be much happier someplace sunnier. Goodbye, hero. Take good care of Arvak for me. Such a good horse.
Look at this place. Can't imagine choosing to come here. My mother must have been terrible. Look at the sky. What kind of place is this? Mother? Mother!
It can't be. Serana?
Is it really you? I can't believe it. How do we get inside? We have to talk.
Serana, what are you doing here? Where's your father?
He doesn't know we're here. I don't have time to explain.
I must have failed. Harkon's found a way to decipher the prophecy, hasn't he?
No, you've got it all wrong. We're here to complete the prophecy our way, not his.
Wait a moment. You've brought a stranger here? Have you lost your mind?
No, you don't...
You, come forward. I would speak with you. So how has it come to pass that a vampire of mixed blood is in the company of my daughter? Safe? You call bringing her here safe? Has she explained nothing to you? Serana has sacrificed everything to prevent Harkon from completing the prophecy. I would have expected her to explain that to you. You think I'd have the audacity to place my own daughter in that tomb for the protection of her Elder Scroll alone? The scrolls are merely a means to an end. The key to the tyranny of the sun is Serana herself. When I fled Castle Volkihar, I fled with 2 Elder Scrolls. The scroll I presume you found with Serana speaks of Auriel and his arcane weapon, Auriel's bow. The second scroll declares that the blood of Cold Harbor's daughter will blind the eye of the dragon. Like myself, Serana was a human once. We were devout followers of Lord Molig Bal. Tradition dictates the females be offered to Molig Bal on his summoning day. Few survive the ordeal. Those that do emerge as a pure-blooded vampire. We call such confluences the Daughters of Cold Harbor. It was expected of her, just as it was expected of me. Being selected as an offering to Molig Bal is an honor. She wouldn't have dared turn her back on that. It's what some call the domain of Molig Bal, his place in oblivion. Now you're beginning to see why I wanted to protect Serana, and why I've kept the other Elder Scroll as far from her as possible. If Harkon obtained Auriel's bow, and Serana's blood was used to taint the weapon, the tyranny of the sun would be complete. In his eyes, she'd be dying for the good of all vampires. And how exactly do you plan on completing the prophecy without the death of my daughter? If you believe that, then you're a bigger fool than I originally suspected. Don't you think I weighed that option before I enacted my plans? You care nothing for Serana, or our plight. You see the tyranny of the sun as your chance at deification. And like Harkon, you won't hesitate to destroy anything that stands in your path. Serana? This stranger may call herself vampire, but she knows nothing of our struggle. Why should I entrust you to her?
This stranger has done more for me in the brief time I've known her than you've done in centuries.
How dare you? I gave up everything I cared about to protect you from that fanatic you call a father.
Yes, he's a fanatic. He's changed. But he's still my father. Why can't you understand how that makes me feel?
Oh, Serana, if you'd only open your eyes. The moment your father discovers your role in the prophecy, that he needs your blood, you'll be in terrible danger.
So to protect me, you decided to shut me away from everything I cared about. You never asked me if hiding me in that tomb was the best course of action. You just expected me to follow you blindly. Both of you were obsessed with your own paths. Your motivations might have been different, but in the end, I'm still just a pawn to you two. I want us to be a family again. But I don't know if we can ever have that. Maybe we don't deserve that kind of happiness. Maybe it isn't for us. But we have to stop him, before he goes too far. And to do that, we need the Elder Scroll.
I'm sorry, Serana. I didn't know. I didn't see. I've allowed my hatred of your father to estrange us for too long. Forgive me. If you want the Elder Scroll, it's yours. Your intentions are still somewhat unclear to me. But for Serana's sake, I'll assist you in any way that I can. Yes, I've kept it safely secured here ever since I was imprisoned. Fortunately, you're in a position to breach the barrier that surrounds these ruins. You need to locate the tallest of the rocky spires that surround these ruins. At their bases, the barrier's energy is being drawn from unfortunate souls that have been exiled here. Destroy the keepers that are tending them, and it should bring the barrier down. One more word of warning. There's a dragon that calls itself Durnevere roaming the cairn. Be wary of him. The Ideal Masters have charged him with overseeing the Keepers, and will undoubtedly intervene if you're perceived as a threat. When I entered the Soul Cairn, I had intended to strike a bargain with the Ideal Masters, the custodians of this place. I requested refuge in the Soul Cairn, and in exchange, I would provide the Ideal Masters the souls that they crave. If I had foreseen the value they placed on my own soul, I would never have come here. The Ideal Masters unleashed their keepers and sent them to destroy me. Fortunately, I was able to hold them at bay and retreat into these ruins. Unfortunately, yes. Since the Keepers weren't able to claim my soul, they had their minions construct a barrier that I'd never be able to breach. Time has very little meaning to me. Consequently, it has little meaning to the Ideal Masters as well. I suppose you could call this the ultimate waiting game, each watching the other to see which will give in. Be careful, and keep my daughter safe.
Let's kill those keeper things and get back to the prison. The sooner we get out of this place, the better. Relieved, I think. All those things had been building for a while. You have no idea how long I wanted to say that to her. Look, I loved my father, but when he found that prophecy, that became his life. Everything else, even me and my mother, we just became clutter. I was close with my mother, but she just kept feeding me her opinions of him, and eventually I started believing them. The moment we gave ourselves to Molik Bal, things got really icy between them. They were both drunk with power, and pulling in different directions. And then he found that prophecy, and that was it. I was. Honestly, it took me up until now to figure out that my mother was really just as bad as he was. He was obsessed with power. She was obsessed with seeing him fail. It was just so toxic. Maybe I could have seen this coming. We could all be better off now. I know that in my head, but I just can't help feeling bad about the way things are. Sorry, I know you're trying to help. Thanks. Anyway, we should keep moving. I'm glad you're here. I don't think I could be doing this alone. There you go. Show yourself! did you come from? The barriers are there. Let's head back.
You managed to destroy all 3 keepers? Very impressive.
The sooner we get
You
out of this
managed to
place, the
destroy all 3 keepers? Very impressive. Yes. Please follow me. Keep watch for Durnafir. With the prison's barrier down, he's almost certain to investigate.
better. The sooner we get out of this place, the better. hear something.
It's Durnavir. He's here. Defend yourselves. Where's
Forgive my astonishment, but I never thought I'd witness the death of that dragon. Volumes written on Durnavir allege that he can't be slain by normal means. Perhaps they were mistaken. Unless... the soul of a dragon is as resilient as its owner's skin. It's possible that your killing blow has merely displaced Durnavir's physical form while he reconstitutes himself. Minutes, hours, years. I can't even begin to guess. I suggest we don't wait around to find out. Now, let's get you the Elder Scroll and you can be on your way. What did you want?
I can't believe we found my mother alive. Well, you know.
What did you want?
Yeah, I'll be done in a minute. Thought we could use a potion or two. Glad you're here. I don't think I could be doing this alone. I can't believe we found my mother alive. Well, you know. I can't believe we found my mother alive. Well, sorry. I can't believe we found my mother alive. Well, you know.
Now that you've retrieved the Elder Scroll, you should be on your way. Now that you've retrieved the Elder Scroll, you should be on your way. I have no choice. As I told you before, I'm a daughter of Cold Harbor. If I return to Tamriel, that increases Harkon's likelihood of bringing the tyranny of the sun to fruition. I appreciate your concern for me, but Serana is all that I care about. You must keep her safe at all costs. Remember that Harkon is not to be trusted. No matter what he promises, he'll deceive you in order to get what he wants. And promise me you'll keep my daughter safe. She's the only thing of value I have left. Did you have anything to ask before you depart? Harkon's vision is a world plunged in eternal darkness, where the vampire can flourish, and never again fear the tyranny of the sun. What he fails to realize is how much attention would be called to our kind if the prophecy came to fruition. If eternal night fell, there are many who wouldn't stand for it. They would raise armies in attempts to return things to normal. The order of the day would be our destruction, until every last vampire was hunted down and eliminated. It's how the vampire has survived for millennia, and the only way we can continue to survive in the future. As you've been traveling in the Soul Cairn, your body has become attuned to it. Let's just say a tiny part of you rubbed off on it, and in its place, a bit of the Soul Cairn filled it. You should find no difficulty using the portal any longer. Farewell. Remember that Harkon's not to be trusted.
The sooner we get the scroll home, the sooner we deal with my father. Come on, let's go home. I'm glad we found this. I wish you could come with us.
Stay your weapons. I would speak with you, Quinarin. Cursed, not dead. Doomed to exist in this form for eternity. Trapped between Laas and Enoch. Between life and death. The hostility was necessary. I was bound to an oath. I believe in civility among seasoned warriors, and I find your ear worthy of my words. My claws have rended the flesh of innumerable foes, but I have never once been felled on the field of battle. I therefore honor name you Quinarin, or Vanquisher in your tongue. Your words do me great honor. My desire to speak with you was born from the result of our battle, Quinarin. I merely wish to respectfully ask a favor of you. For countless years I've roamed the Soul Cairn in unintended service to the ideal masters. Before this, I roamed the skies above Tamriel. I desire to return there. I fear that my time here has taken its toll upon me. I share a bond with this dreaded place. If I ventured far from the Soul Cairn, my strength would begin to wane until I was no more. I will place my name with you, and grant you the right to call my name from Tamriel. Do me this simple honor, and I will fight at your side as your Graze Mazen, your ally, and teach you my Thum. Trivial in your mind, perhaps. For me, it would mean a great deal. I don't require an answer, Quinarin. Simply speak my name to the heavens when you feel the time is right. There was a time when I called Tamriel my home, but those days have long since passed. The Dova roamed the skies, vying for their small slices of territory that resulted in immense and ultimately fatal battles. I was, but unlike some of my brethren, I sought solutions outside the norm in order to maintain my superiority. I began to explore what the Dova call Elok Dylan, the ancient forbidden art that you call necromancy. The Ideal Masters assured me that my powers would be unmatched, that I could raise legions of the undead. In return, I was to serve them as a keeper until the death of the one who calls herself Valerica. I discovered too late that the Ideal Masters favor deception over honor, and had no intention of releasing me from my binding. They had control of my mind, but fortunately they couldn't possess my soul. Free? No. I have been here too long, Panarin. The Soul Cairn has become a part of what I am. I can never fully call Tamriel my home again, or I would surely perish. I only hope that you will allow me the precious moments of time there, through your call.
Oh, look at you. You made a new friend. Even though he just tried to kill us. You better not make a habit of this. I can't imagine living here, or being dead, or whatever they call it. Right behind you. Yeah. I just wanted to ask you something. About your childhood. What was it like? I guess that makes sense. The war must have taken away everything from you. I'm sorry you were born during that time. Under better circumstances, you may have had a chance to be a kid. Well, it's something I was hoping we could talk about. Do you mind? Well, when you brought me back home, I asked my father if my stuff was still there. Surprisingly, he hadn't discarded it like he did with my mother's. Among other things, I found a small portrait of a little girl embracing a dog. I thought it had been misplaced. So I started asking some of the castle staff if it was theirs, until Garen pointed out that the girl looked just like me when I was little. And he was right. That girl was me. That means that I had a dog once. Yeah, and everyone remembers them even long after they pass away. But I had no idea. I don't even remember having a dog. And that's not all. I also had a tray containing 20 dissected specimens of butterflies. I don't remember ever collecting them. There was so much stuff there, and none of that seemed familiar. Exactly. I feel like I've lost a fragment of my identity. Even if I moved on from those things, I should still remember that they were a part of my life. I'd been thinking about it for a while. I'm glad I'm immortal, but the passage of time is starting to weigh on me. I'm just wondering if that's what happened to my father. Maybe he just stopped caring for the past. What if I end up doing what he did? I know, but for how long? You don't know what he was like when I was younger. It's true he was distant, but deep down he cared about me. Now he's willing to kill me to achieve his goals. How long will I be me until my identity erodes like his did? Right, sorry. You're right. I can't live in fear of what I may become just because it happened to my father. No, it didn't happen. He chose this, and I won't follow in his footsteps. I know you are. Thank you. Yes? I figured it would be more of an issue for you. No, it's probably not. I mean, what do you think my father will do when we bring him the bow? Of course he will. But at that point, he'll have everything he's ever wanted. He won't need either of us anymore. You'll have shown yourself to be strong, which means you can't be allowed to just stick around. And I'll be unnecessary once he has it. I think you know. We both know what's going to have to happen once we find the bow. Keep strong and eyes open. We're on a different path now. Are we ready then?
Do you need something? Can you feel it? You're now so much more than you were before. Time was I could barely hold my own in the companions. Now I could slaughter them all without a second thought. And I'm not half the vampire Lord Harkon is. Truth is, I'm better with a forge than I am with claws or fangs. I was. Didn't progress very far. Never did care for their attitude, acting like they're better than everyone else. But none of that matters now. I keep the forge running day and night, in case Lord Harkon needs anything.
New blood, eh? Let's get something very clear. I don't care about politics. You want to fight over the throne with the rest of them, go right ahead. I feed when I'm hungry, I sleep when I'm tired, and I kill whenever I'm in the mood. Those are the things that are important to me. Simple. He says kill, I kill. Sometimes he doesn't even have to say it. Bleed Skyrim dry.
Do you need something? Do you need something? You'll be a welcome addition to the court, I'm sure. If I may, let me offer you a piece of advice. Be careful who you trust. Not all of us have the court's best interests at heart. Orthiolf, for example. Keep that in mind, will you? May mortals quake at your approach. Do you need something? Do you need something? Do you need something? Do you need something?
I am but your humble servant, milady.
I have everything I need right here.
Do you need something?
Let me go.
Who are you? What's happening? Please, no more.
Do you need something?
Yes? Are we ready then? Oh. Oh.
Do you need something? Speak with Vingalmo. He has something for you. Ancestors guide you.
Do you need something?
The feast never ends here in Castle Volkihar.
Oh. Do you mind if we take a break here to read? I'll take your silence as a no. The library looks exactly as I remembered it. I like the old carpet better, though.
Hundreds of years have gone into assembling this collection. It's going to stay pristine, understand? And what do you plan to do with it? Do you even know what you're asking about? You think that even if I did have one here, I would let you see it? It would be kept under the highest security. The greatest thief in the world wouldn't be able to lay a finger on it. I don't know who told you that, but I'll do what I can. What we do have are plenty of books. I'll bring everything we have on them, but it's not much. So don't get your hopes up. It's mostly lies, leavened with rumor and conjecture. Mm-hmm. Here you go. Try not to spill anything on them. You need a... I don't care if you wrote it yourself. If you want a book from here, you... Aye, that's the work of Septimus Cygnus. He's the world's master of the nature of Elder Scrolls. But, well, he's been gone for a long while. Too long. Somewhere up north, in the ice fields. He said he found some old Dwemer artifact, but well, that was years ago. Haven't heard from him since.
What now? Are we ready then? What happened to this place? Let's get indoors. Or in a cave. Anywhere, just out of this. This place has seen better days. I should know. So this is the grand tour of Skyrim's caves that you're showing me?
Dig, Dwemer in the beyond. I'll know your lost unknown and rise to your depths. When the top level was built, no more could be placed. It was and is the maximal apex. Elder Scrolls, indeed. The Empire, they absconded with them. Or so they think. The ones they saw. The ones they thought they saw. I know of one. Forgotten. Sequestered. But I cannot go to it. Not poor Septimus. For I have arisen beyond its grasp.
I'm okay with the dark, but I've spent more than my share of time in caves already.
How long will it be But I cannot go to it. Oh, I am well. I will be well. Well to be within the will inside the walls. Here. Well, here as in this plain. Mundus, Tamriel, nearby. Relatively speaking. On the cosmological scale, well, it's all nearby. One block lifts the other. Septimus will give what you want, but you must bring him something in return. You see this masterwork of the Dwemer, deep inside their greatest knowings. Septimus is clever among men, but he is but an idiot child compared to the dullest of the Dwemer. Lucky then they left behind their own way of reading the Elder Scrolls. In the depths of Blackreach, one yet lies. Have you heard of Blackreach? Cast upon where Drimmer's city slept, the yearning spire hidden learnings kept. Under deep, below the dark, the hidden keep, Tower Mzark. Oft-hand, the point of puncture, of first entry, of the tapping. There, but not all can enter there. Only Septimus knows the hidden key to loose the lock, to jump beneath the deathly rock. Two things I have for you. Two shapes. One edged, one round. The round one for tuning. Dwemer music is soft and subtle, and needed to open their clever. The edged lexicon for inscribing. Find Mzark. Trust Septimus. He knows you can know.
Oh. Right behind you. I'm ready if you are.
Done it before.
Let's get the blood flowing.
Rise up and live again. I grant you a new life. Oh, hello there. Did notice you come up. I was focusing my magicka. Or at least I thought I was. I don't really know what I'm doing. I used to think so too. See, my grandfather was a wizard. My father wouldn't talk about him much. But I found some of his things in the attic, including this staff. After that, I thought I was turning into a wizard, too, because dead things near me would come to life again for a while. I even went to the College of Winterhold. They just laughed at me. The magic is in the staff, not in me, they said. Gold solves most problems, doesn't it? In fact, keep it. I must have used up the magic in the staff or something. It's just a dumb stick of wood now.
Actually looked like.
Where is it? I know you were trying to keep it for yourself, Cesar. You always try to keep it for yourself. No.
Where'd you... Not very impressive.
Who is this, brother? Another of the smooth skins never should have come here.
Stay on your guard. Show yourself! Wait. I knew it. Where'd you come from? see.
I knew I saw something. What is this?
Do you need something? All right, let's see what you have. Are we ready then?
You're dead.
Figured.
Sulla, let's just get out of here. Hasn't there been enough death?
Of course you want me to leave. Just waiting for me to turn my back.
Is someone there?
Ah, found you.
Show yourself.
Right there.
Stay on your guard. Must be gone now. Who's there?
Die!
Still remember how to fight. blood of my ancestors. Incredible. Simply incredible. I'm glad we're on the same page here. It's kind of tragic that the Falmer can't appreciate its beauty because of their blindness. Absolutely no wonder the Night Hollow clan was based here. It's exotic, well hidden, and best of all, no sunlight. Though the ambience is too humid for my taste. Yeah, very funny. Who makes a field laboratory in a Falmer-infested cave? I mean, no disrespect, but this poor soul had it coming. I might need a bigger soul gem. Looks like these Falmer are here to stay. You can't seriously be doing this right now. Yeah, I'll be done in a minute. Thought we could use a potion or two. Sorry.
What are we supposed to do here?
I'm right behind you. Sorry.
Why me? Who are you?
Do you need something?
Yes, how may I serve you, milady? I am afraid I won't be able to help you with the scrolls any longer, milady. Please do not be angry with me. I'm afraid in my haste to read the first scroll, I neglected the time I needed to prepare. The failure is purely mine to bear. As you can see from my bandages, it's not that I am unwilling, it's that I am physically unable. Oh, please, milady, please forgive me. If only such a miracle existed, I'd overcome the impossible in order to secure it, if it meant pleasing you. Although I would gladly die by your hand, perhaps I could offer an alternative way to read the scrolls. Oh, thank you, milady. Thank you. Scattered across Tamriel are secluded locations known only as Ancestor Glades. There's one in Skyrim in the Pine Forest. Performing the ritual of the Ancestor Moth within the glade should provide the answers you seek. It involves carefully removing the bark from a canticle tree, which will in turn attract ancestor moths to you. Once enough of the moths are following, they'll provide you with the second sight needed to decipher the scrolls. In keeping with tradition, you must use a specific tool in the Ancestor Glade, an implement known as a draw knife. Every moth priest is taught this ritual, but few ever get the chance to perform it. You should consider yourself fortunate if it works for you. From what I saw in the vision, the Elder Scroll which foreshadows the defiance of the gods with the blood of mortals is the key to the prophecy. Deciphering one of the Elder Scrolls is nothing like reading a simple book. There is quite a bit of ritual and concentration required. It can take months or even years to complete a single scroll, and even then, months to recover. Well, as I'm sure you've figured out by now, it's no mere coincidence that we're named Moth Priests. The voice of the Ancestor Moth has always been an integral part of reading the Elder Scrolls. Oh, the moths don't literally read the scrolls. but they maintain a connection to ancient magic that allows the Moth Priest to decipher them. If you listen closely when you find the glade, you should be able to hear their song, a soft, harmonious trilling. It's through this ancestral chorus that the moths tap into a form of primal augur and become a conduit for deciphering the scrolls. By having the ancestor moths close to the Moth Priest, they can utilize the conduit and share the moth's augury. Only the most resilient of priests can do it this way. It takes years of practice to interpret the harmony. You've come this far, and you've found several Elder Scrolls. Whether you believe it or not, the scrolls have a mind of their own. If they did not want
Do you
to
have a
find
minute?
them, they
I
would
think we
not
should take a
allow it.
detour. I'm guessing we'll head directly to find the bow right after learning of its location, won't we? It's going to be a long journey. Having some extra potions might be good for us in the long run. I can make the basic health and magicka potions, but I don't have materials to craft the others we'll need. We have to buy those. Don't worry, I can pay for them this time with what I have left from Elisif's pay. We won't have another job hunting episode. Oh, I've got much more now. I may or may not have looted our enemies after killing them. It's a surprisingly reliable source of income. I learned that by watching you, of course. I have over 1,000 gold now. So, all that's left is to find a city where to buy these products at a rather fair price. Any ideas? Then Whiterun it is. Here, I made a list of the potions we'll need. Give it to the apothecary so that we can speed up the process. I could. Or, I could brew the other potions I mentioned earlier while you talk to her and save time. Come on, let's get to Whiterun.